As of Tuesday afternoon, there were 160 confirmed deaths from COVID-19 within a 24-hour period between Monday and Tuesday afternoon. And in total, we've lost more than 3,500 people to the virus. Michigan now has more than 39,000 confirmed cases. This is up more than 1,000 cases from Monday. New updates have been coming mid-afternoon, and we're going to bring you them the moment that we get them on air and online at clickondetroit.com. On the national front of things, though, coronavirus has now killed more Americans than the Vietnam War. In the not even 3 months since the first known deaths from COVID-19 in the United States, we've lost more than 58,500 lives on U.S. soil. These numbers come from a Johns Hopkins University database. But to compare, 58,220 Americans died over nearly 2 decades in Vietnam. In the meantime, top disease experts say a second wave is all but inevitable if we don't take the necessary precautions.
This virus is not going to disappear. That I can guarantee.
Dr. Fauci says the U.S., quote, could be in for a bad fall and a bad winter if countermeasures like testing and social distancing aren't implemented in time. And if a second wave coincides with flu season, things could get even worse. A little closer to home now, we have just learned that residential and commercial construction work will continue here in Michigan on May 7th. In the meantime, Governor Whitmer is asking the state legislature to extend her emergency declaration by almost a month. She says the state is making progress, but making too many changes too quickly could cause a setback. Right now, the state Senate is in session to decide what happens next. Rod Maloney now joins us live with more on that part of the story. Rod.
Yeah, it's quite rainy here, Rod, in Lansing, but the legislature is actually here. The House is not in session. They gavelled in and then they went into an at-ease posture. The Senate was in, and they went at ease fairly quickly too, but they went back in a session about 11:30. But let's take a look at where we are right now. The governor this morning, the governor's office confirming that point that you mentioned earlier about the construction reopening is now scheduled for the 7th of May. The governor's office giving us guidance on that. The question which the legislature would like to see is both indoor and outdoor construction, meaning like if you had a kitchen renovation or some sort of inside renovation. The governor's office isn't commenting on that, but it looks like right now that may not be part of this. In the meantime, the legislature is pushing hard, negotiating hard with the governor to get what we've been talking about for the past couple of days, which is to get non-emergency medical procedures back up and open. And also the legislature wants to see more and quicker in terms of the regional opening of the state. The governor, of course, separating the state into 8 different sections and then opening up in differing degrees in all of those sections. Now, the governor is scheduled to go and do her press conference again at 3 o'clock this afternoon, where we're told that she's going to give some more guidance on some of these issues. In the meantime, there is negotiations going on between the governor's office and the legislature, which is part of the reason why things are kind of quiet, at least on the floors right now, because they're still looking to see what kind of middle ground they can find so that the House and Senate can take up the extension of the stay-at-home, or make that the emergency, the state of emergency. And so we're waiting to see where that is. So as it stands right now, it's kind of a holding pattern here in Lansing, but we're on top of it, and we'll have whatever developments break coming up on Local 4 News at 4, 5, and 6. Reporting live in Lansing, Rod Maloney, Local 4.